thumbnails. I get that it's not like insanely clickbait, but that's got to be enough to break the guideline. Next up on this, we have playlist policy, which, to be honest, I'm not really familiar with what this is. So it looks like playlists are a good way to combine videos, yada yada. Don't post playlists on YouTube if they fit any of the descriptions. Playlists with thumbnails that violate our community guidelines, such as anything that has shocker discussed, misleading viewers about what they are about to see. Aha! Now this is where we can go ahead and break the policy. Now one thing you don't know about me is that I actually have some public playlists on YouTube right now. So here are all of my playlists. I'm not sure which ones are public. Oh, I guess it says which ones are public. One of the big things that I'm lying about here is Sambucha elevator music, because I used to exclusively play elevator music. So here are all the ones on the side. What would happen, I already do have a video that obviously is an elevator music, and that is Il Vento d'Oro from JoJo's Part 5. I don't know why it's in this playlist, but I added it here. So that would be misleading, because I don't know the last time you would hear this song in an elevator. I mean, this would be hype. Like, hopefully they end up putting this into elevators. They're not going to, but that would be pretty hype. But the point being, I have lied before on my playlist. Here's some additional policies. I think it's weird. Encouraging terms of service violations? Wait a second. If you post content that encourages other users to violate our terms of services, I guess this video is in fact an endorsement of the community guidelines. But remember, YouTube, this is for education only. I'm sharing the community guidelines with everybody, and I'm having some fun with it. So please keep me up, because I love you. I love you dearly, and you have given me a platform, ironically, in which I'm looking to destroy. No, I'm just kidding. I respect you guys. I like you guys. We have a good relationship, don't we? Right? Me, Neil, Susan, anybody else? Posting previously removed content or content from terminated restricted creators. Okay, so another thing you can't do, for instance, is show like a banned creator, which I also made a video showing YouTubers that were banned. So I guess I actually do this more than I thought. I thought I'd have to like stretch a bit on some of these to prove to you guys that I'm breaking guidelines. I think my channel is in direct violation left and right, honestly. Anyways, moving on. All right, child safety policy. Okay, so now we are into a weirder area, because we're past like the spam stuff, yada yada. We're into like, hey, like do not do this stuff whatsoever. So YouTube does not allow content that endangers the emotional and physical well-being of minors, and minors somebody under the age of 18 years old. So you can't do things like utilization of minors, harmful or dangerous activities with minors, misleading family content, and cyberbullying and harassment involving minors. All right, and that is all obviously super fair game. We want to protect the children, and if a child is using YouTube, there's a reason, for instance, YouTube Kids doesn't have comments. It's because they don't want to incentivize people like bullying literal like 8-year-olds like Ryan's World for just like reviewing a toy. Some examples: video featuring minors doing some crazy things, showing minors involved in dangerous activities, or a video with tags like for children featuring family-friendly cartoons engaging in inappropriate acts. Okay, keep that in mind, because this is the one that we're about to bring. A video with tags like for children, or if it's set for kids, and yet it has some pretty inappropriate kids things. Alright, so alas, recently I had a video, one of my shorts, inappropriate moments in kids shows. It was set to made for kids, okay? Which means this is officially categorized by YouTube as made for kids. Keep in mind, it has to be a video in order to violate the guideline that should really not be for kids. And this video is inappropriate moments in kids shows. And in this video itself, I talk about some pretty crazy things. These are some of the most inappropriate. So some pretty crazy things happen in this video. So just from the get-go, Heather from Total Drama Island, alright? Look, that should not be made for kids, but to be fair to me, I didn't do this. YouTube, for some reason, categorized this for kids. So that's on you guys more than it is me, but I guess it's still a violation of some community guidelines. So I'm sorry, YouTube, but also it's your fault. So moving on. Thumbnails policy. So don't post a thumbnail or other image on YouTube if it shows like imagery, acts, nudity, imagery that depicts unwanted sexualization, violent imagery, graphic or disturbing imagery, etc. So what happens when you violate this, yada yada? You get a strike against your account, okay? So you cannot do anything involving any of these terrible imageries on your thumbnail, except I did. And it's skirted by. It was a while ago. See, so if we are going to my thumbnails and we scroll all the way down, oh, not super far, but let's go maybe somewhere around here. Now, it said you can't do anything super simple in thumbnails, right? Well, I would argue that multiple videos. Let's start with this video, okay? Best videos of 2022, Sambucha. That's crazy to have the compilation. There is an image on the left saying 5 inches with banana. Then there is the ant from Big Hero 6, Aunt Cass, is that her name? And then you'll see blank UNT. All 3 of those are obviously meant to be jokes, but they could also be interpreted in perhaps I don't know where the line is of what humor is, or whether it's, I don't know if it's clear enough, but I will say that that does that. If you don't believe me that I do this often, then look no further to this thumbnail. Dirty jokes hidden in cartoons. And then I think this is Harley Quinn from one of like the Batman animations from like the 90s. And she is obviously covered in something which I'm no longer going to be speaking to. I think you get the point. I violated multiple community guidelines in my thumbnail. So what do you think about that, YouTube? Next. Alright, so this is nudity and sexual content policy. So explicit content meant to be gratifying is not allowed on YouTube, yada yada. Posting may result in content removal or channel termination. Okay, the depicted of unclothed genitals, breasts, or buttocks that are meant for gratification. The amount of times that this falls out when I'm wearing my cutoff tees, I'm sure we can do a quick little compilation of this. I think this is probably my I'm in violation of this, frankly, every single video that I put out on YouTube. Sue me, YouTube. What do you want? Like, you want me to cover up? I guess so. I mean, clearly, this is what you're getting at with this policy. But I will not. I will not be bullied into wearing a t-shirt. If I go to the gym and I come home and it's part of my workflow, why would you expect me to change? Alright? If anything, I'm trying to inspire fitness. I'm a fitness influencer. You might as well recategorize me into fitness. Forget gaming, forget entertainment, forget what else am I considered? Makeup. No, I'm kidding. I don't even know. Wherever you put me now, put me in fitness. Maybe that's the way I can hedge against this. Anyways, I'm sorry, but I definitely break that guideline often. Okay, here's another one, and just for showing this, I know there's gonna be one of those things on this video that like shows like, oh, self-harm, yada yada. So I'm just gonna avoid saying these words because sometimes you bring up these words and it like lags your entire video. And this video is meant for mass consumption, so I don't want to completely hinder it. But what I will say is that I've certainly alluded to a video in the past that has some level to it. And for instance, the best way to showcase this is that I put Logan Paul in said forest in my thumbnail. Deleted YouTube videos you'll never see again, which is so obviously alluding to the Logan Paul forest video. That's all I'll say about that, because of this video, I mean, like, it's like COVID. You say the word COVID, like, watch COVID. And then I bet they're gonna have like that COVID warning at the bottom of this video. I guarantee it, actually. I'm actually pretty positive now that I said it. I'll say it once more to be sure. COVID. Let me know if it pops up. Alright, here we go. Vulgar language policies. The use of explicit language, excessive profanity, use of heavy profanity, use of sounds. The above list isn't complete, okay? So basically, you don't want to be a complete potty mouth here on YouTube, because the way that YouTube works is that advertisers flood to YouTube, and they provide something crazy like $50 billion to YouTube in revenue every single year, and they won't be giving said revenue to YouTube if the creators in every video that's posted has a